Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Jenkins Sr. So excited to have this time and this opportunity to come to you on today to lead you in a very special way in yet another grief devotional. Hey, this is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why round here we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. Thank you so very much for joining us on today. Excited about leading you in this grief devotion. Today's grief quote comes from Henry David Thoreau, who says, "Make the most of your regrets. Never smother sorrow, but tend and cherish it till it comes to have a separate and integral interest. To regret deeply is to live afresh." Make the most of your regrets. Never smother sorrow, but tend and cherish it till it comes to have a separate and integral interest. To regret deeply is to live afresh. Excuse me. Today is day 345. We're going to talk about grief and regret. Going to talk about grief and regret. Let's get it. Just as we are tending and cherishing our grief in general, we can choose to tend and cherish any regrets that may be part of our grief. Can I ask you a question? Do you have any regrets? What are the regrets that you may have as it relates to your grief? When you start looking at the loss, change, and transition, the things that have happened, the things that you did, the things that you did not do, the things that happened, the things that did not happen, the things you said, the things you did not say, do you have any regrets, right? I think it's very important for us to deal with this because just in talking with people in general and just navigating through conversations, y'all, a lot of times when it comes to grief, a lot of us, we have deep regrets, right? Things that, once again, we did, we didn't do, we said, we didn't say. Things that happened, things that didn't happen, that should have happened, that we wanted to happen. And what do you do with that, right? What do you do with that? A lot of us feel as if because they've gone, they transition, or it's over, and we can't do anything about it. So we're just left to sit with it. And sometimes it can be so painful that we suppress it. It can be so painful we don't want to tend to it. It can be so painful we don't want to think about it. We don't want to deal with it because we're grappling with this regret, right? What do we do with it? Here it is. Cherishing regrets seems like a paradox, right? It seems like a paradox. Like, you want me to cherish this? Yet I think Thoreau is profoundly correct. Devoting the time and the energy to feel and explore our regrets, welcoming them as dear friends instead of shunning them as enemies, allows us to better understand what we really care about. The deeper a regret, the more important the value it is tethered to. I think this is so very profound. It is so very important. This is part of that deep work that we do as it relates to grief, right? Whatever that regret may be, cherishing it, right? I know it seems like a paradox, but when you devote the time and the energy to feel and explore your regrets, if you haven't learned anything else about this platform, grief is about feeling and revealing. That's what leads to healing. It's about not ignoring but exploring. It's about not suppressing but expressing, right? So when you create room, when you devote time and energy to feel and explore those regrets, when you welcome them as dear friends instead of shunning them as enemies, it allows you to better understand what you really care about. You got to deal with it. At some point in time, you can't sweep it under the rug. You can't put it in the closet. You got to give yourself time and opportunity. You got to devote time to feel and explore. To feel and explore. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to explore this. I am going to, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to explore it. I'm not going to conceal it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to explore it because it's going to teach me about me. It's going to help me deal with it, first of all, instead of sweeping it under the rug and it becoming a problematic pile right, of something that needs to be dealt with, and I keep tripping over it. No, I'm not going. You can't fix what you refuse to face. So I'm gonna face it. What is the regret that you have, right? What is it that you've been ignoring? What is it that has been eating you up or nipping at you, right, on a consistent basis because you refuse to deal with it? Yeah, you gotta cherish, right, the regret. Cherish the opportunity to devote time towards it, to feel and explore it, because it's going to allow you to better understand what you really care about. The deeper a regret, the more important the value it is tethered to. To regret deeply is to be given the chance to learn and grow. And y'all, this is what it's all about. This is a journey where you are learning and you are growing. You are learning, you are growing, you're developing, you're evolving, right? You learn and grow. A lot of times on Monday or even Sunday evening, I'll go back and I'll watch the Sunday service. I'll listen to my sermon, and you talk about regret. I'd be like, why did you say that? I cringe sometimes, like, you did, I look at elements of the service and everything that happens. But as much as I cringe a lot of times, and there's so much that I see and I'm attentive to, as I continue to strive to drive this ship of being a pastor and leading this organism, whatever you want to call it. There's opportunities to learn and grow. There's opportunities to look at, various aspects of myself, right? Of me being a pastor, of my ministry, and to face them head on, right? So that I can learn and grow. I don't dot every I, I don't cross every T, I don't get everything right. There's so many moments and things that I wish I could get back. I wish I could get back. I wish I could do that again. Oh, I wish I could have that moment back. I wish I could have that day back. I wish I would have did this. I would have did that. I would, you know. But if you live with regret and you don't face it and you don't learn from it and allow it to help you to grow and to be a better person, right? Then it keeps you in bondage. So whatever that regret may be that you may have regarding what happened, what didn't happen, what you said, what you didn't say, what you did, what you didn't do, face it, right? I would encourage you to even just get a piece of paper, write down what happened, right? Write down what you said or what you didn't say. Write down what you did or what you didn't do. Write down what happened or what didn't happen. Write it down, right? Write it down. Next to it, if you did 3 columns, how did it make you feel? Or as a result of that, you know what I'm saying? How did it make you feel? And then in the next column, what do you wish you would have done differently? If you get a paper with 3 columns, what happened, the action, what you did, what you didn't do, what you said, what you didn't say. In the middle column, how did it make you feel? Right? And then in the third column, if you had to do it over again, what would you do different? Because moving forward, writing the first column down, it helps you to face it so you can fix it. Writing down the second column helps you to sit in that moment of giving yourself permission to feel like this is what I feel as a result of that. Like it gives you permission to sit in it, right? And then the third column, what would you do different? That gives you the opportunity to learn and grow. So that given the opportunity that you're put in a position again, you're gonna do something different. Or yeah, that next time or moving forward, now you're wiser, you're stronger, so you can operate and move differently because as a result of this, I've learned this lesson, right? So you really got to learn. I love what the lesson says to cherish these regrets because they're going to teach you. To regret deeply is to be given the chance to learn and grow. It is to be graced with the opportunity to live afresh. Here's the final thought. I welcome my regrets. Let's just stop there. I welcome my regrets. I want you to shift your thinking. I want you to reframe your thoughts. I want you to develop the mindset that says, I welcome my regrets. I welcome my regrets as dear friends because they have essential lessons to teach me. I welcome my regrets as dear friends because they have essential lessons to teach me. Grief is a journey, life is a journey. And if you're not, look, everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody is going to fail. Everybody's going to do things that you wish you could undo or redo. If you do not learn from those moments, right, it was all for nothing. So you have to put yourself in a position to say, yo, I welcome my regrets. I welcome them as dear friends, because they have essential lessons to teach me. Those regrets are waiting for you to teach them, right? They are waiting to teach you something, but you got to sweep them out from under the rug. You got to go get them out the closet. You didn't suppress them. You got to pull them back up and you got to face them, right? It's so very important that you put yourself in a position where you face and you deal with whatever regrets that you may have. Today is day 345. We're talking about grief and regrets. Thank y'all for tuning in so very much. Y'all got any questions about that? Anybody want to share anything about that? Anything at all about that? I hope this lesson was a blessing. I hope this lesson was a blessing. I hope it was portable, practical, and applicable. I hope it was something that you've been able to apply to your life that you can take and you can apply it immediately. Don't forget the exercise. Get you a paper, 3 columns. What happened, right? What did I do, did not do? What did I say, did not say? What happened or what didn't happen? First column. Second column, how did it make me feel? Be real, be honest. How did it make me feel? As a result of that, right? If I had to do it over again or moving forward, you're going to do what, right? That's how you learn. That's how you grow. I hope you got it. Y'all quiet this Monday morning. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow again for yet another grief devotion. Come on, let's get ready to